Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Hello. How is everybody doing? Did you enjoy Smackdown? Were you living or were you just there? Doesn't matter. I'm going to take you there either way. Cody Rhodes kicked off the show this week. I'm be honest, I didn't get to hear much of what he said because Jacob Fatu came out there before Cody could really get into what he wanted to say. And he straight up told Cody, listen, I had your ass last week along with Sami Zayn. And if it wasn't for fucking Drew McIntyre, it'd be me heading to the Elimination Chamber. I know it, and you know it. But you know what? I ain't even mad at you, folks. I'm not even mad at you. I'm not even turning my attention towards you. I'm putting my focus on Drew McIntyre. Then that nigga turned his back on Cody and called out Drew. Now, I thought that was some gangsta ass shit because it was Cody that was out there first. Cody was out there first. Now, look, Nicholas came out there and cut all the fun shit out. And that's when y'all favorite troll, Drew McIntyre, is up in the key acting a damn fool. Now, this is where I feel like Nick Aldis need to learn how to tighten up and straighten up. Okay, because you said you gave Drew McIntyre the night off, and here he is in the middle of the show, fucking it up for everybody. Now, not only is he antagonizing everyone and making it so that he really can't be champion, but because they've got these fucking PLEs back to back, every champion is so protected. Okay, here's my thing. If your champion keep putting himself out there to be in danger, then in danger is where he shall be. And if he keeps continuing to put himself in a place where he can consistently keep getting attacked, he's consistently going after and being targeted, that is his fault. That has nothing to do with you. If he loses that title before WrestleMania, it is not your fault. That is Drew's. Drew should have kept his mouth shut and been minding his business. He knows that heading into Mania, everybody's going to be waiting for the Mania match. And since the match is already booked, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, he knows that he's untouchable. So that's why he's out there acting up. But Nick, you got a card that you could play that he doesn't believe you will play. If I were you, I would tell Cody, I wouldn't tell Cody Rhodes. I would tell Drew McIntyre one thing. If you keep disrupting my show, if you keep interfering in matches, I will strip you of the world championship and I will make it a fatal four-way between I'm making a fatal four-way between Sami Zayn, Obafemi, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton, and let the best man win. And you will be at home at WrestleMania. Don't test me. And if you get in my face, I most definitely will strip you. Now take your ass home before we get rough around here. At least that would have been me. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing like holding your one trump card over your head to get you to understand that even though you're champion, you're still not in control. Taking Drew McIntyre off the card for WrestleMania ain't gonna make the ticket sales no better. So if you ask me, I say book it the way I'm saying to book it. Make it a fatal four-way and leave Cody and leave Drew McIntyre out of it. Since he don't know how to keep his ass in line, since he can't keep his shit together, make it so that the 4 top men on the show right now are the ones who vie for the title. And if you really want to be messy and petty, give the fucking title to Jacob or Obafemi and see how that shit works at WrestleMania. I'm just saying. It's a good day today. It's my baby's birthday and I feel very good. Anyways, Jacob got kicked out of the arena because Jacob was going after, of course, Drew McIntyre, because Jacob believes that Drew knocked his teeth out a few months back. And Drew McIntyre has cost Jacob Fatu multiple opportunities at the championship. Okay. Not only that, but Drew McIntyre has cost Cody Rhodes championship opportunities when he took away his possible opportunity in the Royal Rumble. He has always consistently inserted himself into something that had nothing to do with him. Maybe in the end result, it would have resulted in Drew McIntyre against one of these adversaries. But because he constantly tries to change the narrative amidst the decision, he is always going to be in hell every single time. He can never help himself. And then he turns around and plays victim as if, oh, I'm just controlling the story and y'all don't like the fact that I'm the new puppeteer. No, what people don't like is you being a jackass. Because now the narrative is changed. Now is, oh, everybody's got the champ's name in their mouth. Bitch, you're the champion. Did you think you were going to be champion and be uncontested? That's not how this works, love. You know that. You've been champion multiple times before. You know damn well that they were going to have your name in their mouth because 1, they hate you, and 2, they want to be champion too. And the only way they can do that is to, well, take your title from you. You see how that works? You see? Anyways, it seems that Jacob has agreed to stay patient and calm, and Nick Aldis has promised to deliver Drew McIntyre on a silver platter to his Samoan werewolf. I would not wait for Nick Aldis to give me anything. I would have ran up those stairs to the clubhouse and whooped Drew's ass. But of course, this is television, and we have to keep it somewhat creative. Couldn't be me, though. Could not be me. Oh, look at the birthdays. Happy birthday, Gerard. Is that happy birthday, AJ?
Appreciate y'all.
All right. I'll bring back the asteroid. That's crazy. Now, let's get back to it. So, we had the first qualifier tonight. It was the women's qualifier. I'm going around robin. I'm not going to every match. We're going to do this around the way. Okay. So, we had the qualifier tonight. Qualifier was excellent. The women's qualifier was sensational. Okay. Nia, Charlotte, Kiana, fuck ass Kiana, y'all did great. The shocker part was how Kiana won. I kind of figured they were going to give it to Kiana because I know that Raquel is going to win. She is going to be the one to go to be the last entrant in the chamber heading into Monday Night Raw. She's going to be the last entrant. Because if they're going to keep Nia out, they need an actual big woman in that match. So putting Nia in there would excommunicate Raquel. But they already have Rhea. And while Rhea qualifies as a bigger woman, Raquel qualifies more in that category. So I don't think that Charlotte was going to be in that match. I also don't think whoever wins this chamber is going to beat Jade Cargill. I think that matchup between Cargill and Charlotte is coming because they kind of teased it tonight. When Charlotte came out there, Jade Cargill was all in her face, and Charlotte was just as calm as she could be, and she was just like, girl, get out my face. And she was like, I'm the champ, and there's nothing you can do about it. And she was like, woo, get out my face. Baby, the rest had to come get her. She took her little robe, and she said, yes, ma'am. Thank you. Then she walked her ass down there, and fuck ass Kiana came down there, galloping like a horse down the damn ramp. And then here come Nia. Now, all three girls did exceptionally well in this match, okay? I ain't gonna take nothing from them. It was how fuck ass Kiana was able to get the pin on Charlotte. You see, Charlotte had locked in the figure eight, and she bridged. So she can't see. So Kiana was able to get Charlotte's shoulders down enough for the referee to see it and count it. But prior to this, Kiana's ass was down and out and did not kick out in time, and the referee had to save her ass with his counter. You should have lost the match on that on alone, okay? Because Charlotte had that bitch won. Charlotte won the match, and the referee definitely saved that match because it was Kiana's fault. She did not kick out in time. Okay? Now, I'm screaming at the TV, pissed. But y'all flat-haired, big-eared girl, fuck-ass Kiana done won, and she done got her ass in this chamber. I expect her to not underperform. She's going to perform just fine. But me personally, you could have easily put Lash in this damn chamber match over Tiffany Stratton. Say what the fuck you want to. I don't care. Lash Legend should have been in this chamber match, and the matchup between Lash and Raquel alone would have did fucking awesome. Okay, so I'm really pissed off that y'all didn't give Lash this opportunity, but you give it to fucking Kiana. All right, whatever. Anyways, Kiana won. She's in the chamber. Both Charlotte and Nia are in their feelings because they lost. Okay. The other chamber qualifier match. Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams, Damian Priest. I was dead set on Carmelo Hayes winning this. I wanted this to be Carmelo Hayes' time. Okay. He didn't have to win the chamber, but going into the chamber, this would have given Carmelo Hayes a moment. Okay. But instead, they gave it to Trick Williams. And this is after Trick Williams is really getting on my nerves, pressing my homeboy Sami Zayn. But let me tell y'all what had happened. So Samuel was in the back. And motherfucking Cody walks up to Sami and says, hey, man, listen. It's hard. I know it's been difficult for you, but you got this. You know, last week, it didn't really work out for you, but you got this. And, you know, you are a future world champion. I know it's in you. I know it's coming. Sami like, yeah. Boo-boo with all that bullshit. What happened last week, though? Cody like, what you mean? What's up? He was like, oh, so you didn't see me save your ass last week? When Drew came in there attacking you? I could have very easily let that shit ride. And then after Drew got done whooping your ass, ping you 1, 2, 3. But what you do? I come in there, I save your ass. And as soon as I save your ass, you get me right in the crossroads and take me out. No common courtesy. No respect. Nothing. You just throw me to the fucking wolves so you can get your shot at the championship. Right? I mean, it's QB1, the golden boy, right? You get everything handed to you. You got to finish your story. I've been here for 10 fucking years. 10 fucking years. And I'm still waiting on mine. What do you have to say for yourself? And he goes off on Sami. He tells Sammy, listen, you mad at me? This is not about me. He said last week it was every man for himself. Yeah, Drew McIntyre got involved and he attacked me. And you came to my aid, and I appreciate that. But after that, the bell had not rung. The match was still going. What did you want me to do? You wanted me to give you that? Oh, is that what you wanted? We was all in there together. If I hadn't taken the opportunity, Jacob for sure damn would. Now, I'm sorry you didn't win. But maybe you need to start thinking about why you're not winning. He said, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. That's the reason why you're not champion now. And I said, now see, you wrong for that. You wrong as two left shoes. You didn't have to say that hateful shit. Now, we all know that Sammy be doing everything in his power, villain or face. He be doing everything in his power to win. And he goes about it the right way. And you sitting up here chastising him for doing that, you wrong. You wrong. You wrong for that. Now, Samuel told him, he said, I've been waiting 10 plus years. You got to finish your motherfucking story. They let your ass back in here on the red carpet, rolled that shit out, and gave you everything from the moment you came back in here. I've been in here level grinding since I've been here, and I ain't got no fucking where. Heel or face. He said, you need to be concerning yourself with that. The problem ain't nothing that I've been handed. The problem ain't the business. The problem ain't the system. The problem ain't the wrestling. The problem is you. Now sit with it. And then he walked away. Now, if that was me, and you come in my face and tell me I'm the fucking problem, when I'm doing right by everybody that comes around me, including myself, and I'm fighting as hard as I can fight, and all you got for me is that I'm a fucking problem when I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a human fucking being, that's your ass. It's a full crash out moment. I'm whooping your ass and anybody else in your vicinity. Because what the fuck are you talking about? You mean to tell me that everything that I've done, it means nothing? And I'm the problem when every time I'm in a position to win something, somebody else comes in and snatches it for me. Or somebody comes and tells me I'm not good enough. I can't get the job done. I'm not great enough. And here you go piling up on me, and you're supposed to be you're supposed to be my friend? No. I'd have punched you in your mouth right then and there. Because when you was distraught and the chips was down with you and you felt like you couldn't beat Roman, it was Sammy who was standing there telling you that you had the game. It was Sammy telling you that you got this. But okay. Now Samuel went and apologized to Cody. And you got me fucked up. I wouldn't apologize a motherfucking thing. I went to Cody Rhodes and told him straight up, you know what? You ain't got to worry about me not pulling the trigger anymore. Because I promise you, if you get that championship and you're the next champion after WrestleMania, you ain't going to have to worry about nobody taking that title from you but me. Now, when you look in the mirror and you see that you're the champion and you're living your best life, QB1, just know that the starter quarterback always has a replacement. And it's going to be me. Now, I can't tell you what time it's going to be, when it's coming, but it's coming. And I see you around. And that'd be the last thing you hear from me. You ain't finna get me to apologize and be like, yeah, we cool. Fuck that. I know how you feel about me now, bitch. You think I ain't shit. You think I'm a pussy ass nigga and I ain't with that shit. I'm not with it. No. At this point, let him do it. I got his back. Because you can't talk to nobody crazy like that. Expect him to be your friend after that. That's craziness. Now, I ain't talking about somebody telling you something that's right. You know what I'm saying? And to an extent, Cody makes sense, right? But it was the way he said it. He gonna tell him that, well, that's why you ain't champion now. Well, nigga, that's why you not champion now. The fuck? You could have let Jacob do what the fuck he was doing and minded your business. But you blame Jacob for your loss. You don't blame yourself. You blame him. If you hadn't interfered in my match, he wouldn't have got out there. No, if you had to put your hands on Jacob Fatu and been focused on Drew McIntyre, you wouldn't have to worry about not being champion right now. And it'd be your ass going into WrestleMania as champion. But you was too busy focusing on the fact that the match lost integrity. Who gives a fuck? The match is over. It's 3 stages of hell, goddammit. If he wanted it to be a clean match where no interference could happen, he should have put that shit inside of a goddamn cell. Hell in a cell. He didn't do that. He chose a steel cage like a bitch. So he gets what he gets. Anyways, after Sammy goes through all of this rigmarole, here comes Trick Williams dogging out Sammy, talking about, I'm finna do what you can't do, and that's get the job done. And he went out there and did exactly that. That pissed me the fuck off because Sammy is a better man than me because I'm petty. I'm vindictive. I would have won that ring and cost that boy that championship. I would have threw his ass all over that damn arena in Fort Lauderdale. I'd have tore his ass up. I'd be like, it looked like your ass is licking the floor, bitch. Right where your lemon pepper steppers be walking is where you at. Stop playing with me. Okay? It don't matter how many years you've been in NXT doing your thing and you come up to the main roster thinking you just gonna circumvent everybody. I'm gonna beat your ass every time you get in my business. Every time you decide to taunt and come at my face and get in my business, I'm gonna whoop your ass until you learn to stop fucking with me. That's it. I'm just tired. I'm tired of the fake bullshit because in the real world, you know damn well that y'all ain't gonna sit there and just let somebody constantly taunt you in your face 24/7. That shit is not happening. I don't care what you talking about. You are a grown ass man and woman. And if you a teenager, it's even worse. Because if you're going to be in school and the bitch is getting in your face, constantly taunting you, constantly trying to bully you, talking trash, nigga, get the fuck away from me before you end up in a box. Okay? Stop playing with me. I will end you. I'm highly irritated. Ugh. Trick Williams is inside the chamber. He won. Ugh. It was a good match between the 3 dudes. But I did not want Trick Williams to win. I wanted Carmelo in there. I really did. Ilya Dragunov kicked off the show in match quality with Tama Tonga. Now, Tama Tonga brought out his whole family in this match. And just about every single one of them interfered in this match as Ilya was getting on to winning. But because of that, they lost the match. Ilya lost the match, Tama won, and of course, his wins lately have all been marred by the fact that the family keeps interfering on his behalf. He has yet to be able to win a match on his own, which we all know that Tama Tonga is capable of. But in the back, when the MFTs were getting ready to leave, Shinsuke Nakamura walked up to him and basically asked him, like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this? This is not the Tama Tonga that I know and the Tama Tonga that I remember. You ain't never been your own man. He like, you out here being somebody's bitch. You being a foot soldier. You don't mean shit. You just living in solo shadow. And for what? The possibility of being a champion? You could have been out on your own doing your own thing this whole time. And yet you taking orders from Solo? And of course, Tama Tonga, like, I'm always been my own man. He was like, I can't tell. He said, I tell you what, since you think that you're your own man, why don't you prove that shit next week against me in a match again? And this time, leave your niggas in the back and bring your ass out there to the ring. And it's just me and you. And then we'll see what kind of man Tama Tonga really is. And Shinsuke left it at that. Now, I'm pretty sure he said something in Japanese, but I don't know what he said. I'm going to ad-lib and improvise. Moving on, the Wyatts decided to grace us with their presence on the television screen. And Uncle Howdy told Solo that he's hiding behind his family, that his family is his shield. But what if that cloak is removed? Then what do you have left? I guess we'll never know because Solo refuses to fight without his beautiful family. So he proposed a challenge. Next week, the Wyatt Six will stay in the back and Uncle Howdy will come out to the ring. And if Solo is a man of his word and can stand on his own 2 feet, then his MFTs will also stay in the back. And we shall see who truly controls the Fireflies. I don't know, but I'm interested, aren't you? No, 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 you're not. You're not interested. You don't care. Kit Wilson had a match with Obafemi, and well, Kit Wilson decided he was going to read a beautiful poem to the ruler, Obafemi. It was a nice poem, and Obafemi really liked it. And he decided, bring me another. I want another poem. And Kit Wilson, he says, well, I only I only made one. He said, read another. Read another. He says, well, I don't have another one. I only have one. Read another one. He says, okay. This one is the one I wrote before I found out you weren't toxic. Just so you know. And he says, read it anyway. Let's go. You do beautiful poetry. So this one, it must be great. Well, let's just say it wasn't talking about Obafemi in glowing terms, which Obafemi then made sure to make it very clear that Kit Williams was beneath him. He brutalized that man once again. Kit got no offense. None. There was no offense there. It's very sad and very heartbreaking for beautiful Kit. But he ended up losing in a very quick fashion. And as Obafemi was leaving the arena tonight, he runs into Michael Mizanin, or The Miz. And The Miz tells him, I'm here because I'm a locker room leader and I'm going to give you my core values. He gives him the core values and then he says, well, since you're the locker room leader, like, what else? He says, great. I'm so glad you're invested. So listen, I want you, to really get your teeth into this, sink your teeth into this, to the back area. I'm going to help you. I'm going to guide you through this locker room. He says, great. You know what? I really want to hear more about your guidance. So I'm going to go talk to Nick Aldis and we can make sure that we hear all about it next week. And then he walks away. And he's like, great. That's wonderful. It's amazing. And then he stops and he thinks about it. He says, wait a minute. Why do you need to talk to Nick Aldis about that? He's, oh shit, I don't want a match. I didn't want that. Too late. The match has been made. So Miz is going to face off against the ruler, Obafemi, next week. Right before Elimination Chamber. It's going to be quite the brawl. Quite the brawl indeed. Also, as the show began to wind down, we found out that there was a match between Julia and, of course, everyone's dark queen, Rhea Bloody Ripley. The match was okay. Julia dominated a lot of this match, and it looked really good on her part. They booked her super strong in this match, and I like that because Julia is finally being seen as the brutalizer that she truly can be. And she's an excellent wrestler. They haven't really been letting that aspect of her shine. And I feel as though splitting her from Kiana will work out for both of them. Kiana will be able to lead out on her own and do her manipulative businesswoman bullshit. And Julia will be able to focus more on honing her craft as a professional wrestler, but not honing it, but making sure people see what she brings to the table. because I don't feel like it's being shown, even though that she's the United States champion. With that being said, they put it on display today, and that was a very, very good job. With that being said, the match ended because Lash and Nia interfered, which to me made no fucking sense because you've already gotten the match for next week. So what I didn't understand the reasoning behind it, because I can understand if they hadn't booked the match yet, then I'd be like, okay, y'all gotta do something. But I would have booked the match for 2 weeks from now and not next week. So not only is Rhea wrestling this week, she wrestled, I think she wrestled on Raw Monday. Did she wrestle on Raw Monday? No, I don't think so. Rhea wrestled Friday. She's gonna turn around and be on Raw Monday. Turn around on, because everybody's gonna be on Raw Monday because of AJ Styles. Everybody's gonna be there. Also, Liv Morgan is making her announcement Monday, and we saw the return of B-Fab and Michin tonight. They came back because they have finally healed and they're off the injury list. So they've also made it very clear to Jade Cargill that she got a big ass target on her back. Candice LeRae is facing off against Jordan Grace next week. And we saw that Jade Cargill is going to be at Monday Night Raw because, she resides in Atlanta. That's where she at. So that's home for her. And everybody's going to be in Atlanta. All of the superstars are going to be there due to the fact that AJ Styles is retiring on Monday. So Liv Morgan is supposed to make her announcement on Monday as to who she's choosing for the WrestleMania match of her career. And I'm assuming that she's going to pick Stephanie Vaquer. Mm-hmm. With all that being said, this match did not end in the winner because, like I said, Nia and Lash attacked. But Io came out to even the odds. Friday next week on Smackdown, there will be a tag team match between the girls. Now, my brain is telling me that I don't believe for a minute that Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are going to drop those tag team titles to Nia Jax and to Lash Legend. The only way that is going to happen is if Rhea Ripley and if the Bella Twins are going to be face tag teams when they go up against Rhea and Io. If they're going to be, just a regular, heel tag teams going up against Rhea and Io. If they're going to be a face tag team, then that would make sense. But in my opinion, if you were going to have Rhea and Io drop the tag team titles, that should have happened last week when they had the tag team match. Shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't happen next week when they had a match prior to Elimination Chamber. That shouldn't happen. Now, there was one final match of the night. The match was made during the show, so it wasn't a match that was promoted or booked. It was Randy Orton versus Aleister Black. And for whatever reason, Drew McIntyre got involved in this match, taking out Randy in the midst of a match that he almost won. This led to Aleister picking up the win and Randy being laid out in the middle of the ring. Now, I don't understand the logic behind this attack. Somebody might have to break it down to me in layman's terms, because Randy was not an immediate threat to Drew McIntyre in any way, shape, or form. The only thing I could think of is that Randy is a direct correlation to Cody, which in my mind, it still doesn't make any sense, because you would then have Randy coming after you because you're targeting him because of Cody. So the only way this would work out in Drew's favor is if Randy turns on Cody and blames Cody for the attack, which I can't really see Randy doing unless Randy believes Cody cost him the match somehow. Like, the only way that would work is if Randy didn't see who attacked him, he doesn't know, and he just immediately goes, well, Cody, you was out there. You must have been the one to run out in the middle of my match. Why was you out there? Like, even if Drew did attack, you had no business out there. Like, that would only make sense. But even then, it's just like the problem is always gonna go back to Drew. The answer is Drew. So why would you, as the champion, not only do you have to worry about Jacob, not only do you not have to worry about Cody Rhodes, but now you got Randy on your ass too. Like, that is stupid. That was stupid. That was dumb. You have nothing to do with your time. You have nothing to do with your time, but involve yourself in something that really had nothing to do with you, completely devoid of you. Just involve yourself. Weirdo shit. Weirdo shit. Now, that's how the show went off, y'all. That's how it went off. Yesterday on TNA, I saw two things. As Sacrifice, I think it was. I think it was Sacrifice that they had the last PLE, the last PLE that they had on TV. Well, Mance Warner was out there and Steph Delander was out there, and of course, AJ Francis was over there in the corner, and he was yelling at Steph, and he was yelling at Mance Warner, and they got into it, and Steph ended up pulling him back. Now, yesterday, Mance and Steph basically was like, AJ Francis, you got involved in some shit that didn't involve you. You need to start minding your fucking business. So we about to make sure that you mind your fucking business. Baby, let me tell you something. Them hoes walked into AJ Francis's room. He had two bitches flanking him. Two. Both of them was rubbing his head. And this motherfucker like, yeah, rub that shit. I'm like, bro. Ew. Ew. And he like, yo, what the fuck? And she comes in there first, kicks the bitches out. Mance Warner come in there next. And he like, yo, just because she ain't giving you none don't mean you got to come in here and interrupt mine. And that's when them niggas start brawling. They start going at it. I said, oh, we on demon time. Okay, TNA, I see where you go, and I see it's messy, but I see. Anyways, then we had to talk about Elena Black, because Elena came out there with her hard titties, and she decided to come out there and basically put the whole locker room on notice, calling out everybody, including Mara Sade. Mara came out there and she was like, girl, I thought we was friends. I thought we was cool, but clearly we're not. She was like, now you and I, we come from the same place. We was in the same trenches, in the same boardroom, same locker room, same situation. The only difference is I'm not bitter about what happened to me. She said basically it's their loss. I moved on and I found another place to go to, and TNA wrestling is that place, and I'm making my name here. I'm staking my claim in this company. You on the other hand ain't doing nothing but bitching and complaining and wanting to call people out. But girl, all you had to do was come to me and tell me what's up, and we could have been had a fight. We could have been worked this shit out. I've never been bitter about anything in my life because I know what I bring to the table and I know who I am. Can you say the same? Elena Black was like, yeah, we came from the same place, but we're two totally different people. You see, I level grinded. I was in the trenches on the indies, and you were handpicked, given your spot on a golden platter. Whereas I had to work and fight for everything that I've ever gotten. But she said, you know what? It doesn't matter because you will never be as good as me. And as far as I'm concerned, you and I are always going to be ops. So Mara was like, well, if you froggy, then leave, bitch. What's up? She was like, yeah, I'm not going to fight you now. She was like, whenever you ready, anytime, any place. And she dropped the mic on that hoe. And I was like, Elena, come to the front, babes. I don't know what's going on with you and some of the other indie darlings that come from the indies, and y'all believe that the NIL recruits, the PC recruits, the tryout recruits are less than you. But it's always strange when y'all are the ones who end up on the back burner, and the NIL recruits, the WWE PC recruits, and the tryout recruits are the ones who catch on to wrestling faster. They're the ones who learn the craft, get the sport, and they're the ones who are pushed out on TV faster. And why is that? Because you're too busy concerned with being the indie darling. You're not concerned with being a WWE superstar. And those are two very different things. You were contracted. You were found. They saw you. They recognized something in you. And yes, you had something going. But you also were very injury prone. The moment they would get the thing going with you and get rolling with you, injured. Every single time. And it just got to a point where being reliable was never going to be your thing. So while you're so worried and so concerned about everybody else who's been on the indies and how you've on the indies and you grinded and you had to be in the trenches on the indies, everybody has a path that they can take. You chose to go to wrestling school young as a kid and wrestle your way to the top. The other girls and the guys had other dreams and aspirations, but those dreams and aspirations morphed into something new when it came to wrestling. Don't be mad. Use it to your advantage. You know full well that there are limitations to you, but there are high expectations on them because they're not from your world. They have to work twice as hard. And it's no shade. It just is what it is. You can respect an NIL wrestler over and still respect an indie darling. Both take separate paths, both work hard, both make sacrifices, and both can get the prize. It's not a question of whether you have what it takes to be a wrestler and whether your path is as hard as mine. It's a question of your resilience and your willpower as to what you are willing to do to get there. What are you sacrificing to be there? And how are you making yourself better once you get there? Instead of thinking you already know and you got everything. Because the way your personality is given, it's given, I already got this in the bag and I don't need no help from nobody. And that's part of the reason why your ass ain't where you're supposed to be at right now. But I'm going to go ahead and mind my business. Now, the rest of what happened on TNA, I can't tell you because I didn't watch the whole show. I just came across that. I really don't like Daria being on TNA. She irritates my soul and not in a good way. So I'm not interested in watching the show as long as she's going to be there. And it just seems like she's going to be there for quite some time. With that being said, your current champion for the women is Ariana Grace. She's the champ. So do with that what you will. I'm going to get my black ass out of here. I promised y'all that I would give y'all a pre-recorded reading and chill. It will come out on Sunday. It will not come out tomorrow. It will come out on Sunday. So don't worry. The reading and chill is coming. Okay. And I think next week I'm going to bombard y'all with videos because I got a couple of pre-recorded video essays that I want to put up. I hadn't had the chance to put them up and they will go up very soon. So y'all are going to get a bunch of content before the end of February is out. And hopefully Sunday I'll be able to finish that reading and chill. But next month, I think we should watch The Lady Wrestler together over on Prime. And hopefully they won't flag me too much. If I put it up, they probably will flag me. They probably gonna flag me. But I'm going to try my best. If you want to watch the show with me, then you can. It's up on Amazon Prime. It's only like $5.99. I already bought it. And you can go and watch it with me too. And we can sit and watch it together and really enjoy it. And we'll talk, while we watch it in a few weeks. Okay. So with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me rant and rave about wrestling. We watched WWE Smackdown today, and I gave y'all a little bit of TNA tonight. So if you haven't watched the shows, go back and watch them because they're very interesting. We are heading into WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. WrestleMania is almost here. We are hitting Elimination Chamber next week. Baby, it's about to be a time. A time is about to be had. So make sure you strap yourself in because it's about to go by real quick. Also, if you missed my live on Wednesday, then you know, or you should know, that Ricky Saints is going up against Joe Hendry at Vengeance, I believe it is. And JC Jane will also face off against Sol Ruka at Vengeance. This is all NXT stuff, okay? So make sure you guys keep up with that as well because there's a lot going on in NXT right now. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.